Yo, what's up guys? So in this video I'll be teaching you one of my favorite multiple card switches. Now it was made popular by Chris Kenner from his book Totally Out of Control, but it actually goes way back to like the 1930s, I think 1937, from the book Encyclopedia of Card Tricks. It's kind of weird if you think about it because mostly everything in Encyclopedia of Card Tricks is self-working, but you have a sort of a 4-for-4 switch in that book, which is kind of crazy. So if you look on page 327, the Case of the Four Kings, it's sort of a precursor to the move, which is kind of interesting. Then later, Marlowe and Randy Wakeman added their touches on it, and ultimately John Carney and Chris Kenner, and here we are now with the 4-for-4 switch. Let's get into it. Alright, so the 4-for-4 switch, kind of a funny name, but it's a great move. Anyway, what you want to do, if you're switching out 4 cards, you want to, like the aces, you want to show that the aces are there, and what you want to do is get a break under the top 4 cards of the deck, and they don't matter what they are, just as long as you have a break under the top 4 random cards, you're good to go. So what you want to do is pick up the aces. Now what it's going to look like, what you are simulating, just simply turn the aces over face down on top of the deck, just like that. Alright, but you're going to do it in a more, I don't know, exaggerated way. You're going to sort of wiggle the aces to sort of show their singularity, alright? So just the 4 aces like this. Now as you're doing this, you want to keep them in the sort of anti-pharaoh configuration. What I mean by that is one is down, one is up, one is down, one is up. Alright, so as you're wiggling, just keep your thumbs up like this and put them together so they're sort of like this in a big sort of square. That way when you do the move, that this big square is what hides everything. So this is how the move works. Alright, so this is exposed view of what's happening. Alright, so you're just taking your pinky and you're going to create an opening just like that, just by lifting your pinky up just like this. Alright, that's all that's happening, is you want to get to where you can do this, and it's sort of clipped between your ring finger and your pinky just like this. Alright, so the break, you have it with your pinky, and it can be a big break. Alright, don't be afraid of big breaks like this because it needs to happen like that. Alright, so it's essentially clipped between your ring finger and your pinky just like this, and you're sort of just doing that. You're just letting those cards pop up. That way there's a gap or a space in between the deck and those broken cards just like that. All you're doing again is just lifting up your pinky or pushing down on your ring finger just to create that opening. Alright, now as you can probably guess, you're going to sort of fold these aces into that opening as you apparently turn them face down. So this is exposed view like this. As you're doing this, you're going to wiggle them around, and as soon as you get to here, you push them all the way over to where they're under your thumb completely, and that's when that popping motion happens, just like this. You just lift up like this, and then you just turn them over like that so that they coalesce with the aces, so it looks like those broken cards going on top are the aces. Alright, so you have your pinky break, you're wiggling them around, you're in this big square configuration. Now as you sort of bend these up like this, that's when the popping motion happens. That's what it looks like underneath. And you just turn them face down under there so where you can grab all 8 cards like this and then turn them down. Most people get it wrong, and this is what they do. So you have your break, and you have the aces like this. Now instead of doing this and then doing it, it happens in 2 beats. Alright, so you have your aces and you have your broken cards here, and then what you want to do is get your big square and then do this and let those cards coalesce like this and then turn them over. Here's some exposed view again for you. Wiggle motion, square, sort of bend the cards under your thumb like this as you pop the cards up. Alright, so you're there, come over, do the move, let those cards coalesce. I've already had them added at this point. You do that, you come over, apparently turn them face down, and they're different cards just like that. So here's a more exposed view from this side. So you're here, you come over, that's when you do that move. Let those cards coalesce, just like that. Sort of an add-on move at this point, you know what I mean? So you just add those cards on as you turn those over, all right? Now this can be used for a number of things. It can be used as a 4-card control. So you have 4 cards that you want to apparently put into the middle of the deck, just like this. And then you just put apparently those 4 cards, those 4 top cards, which they believe are the aces, into the middle. And then you have a 4-card control. It also works well for, say, an ace assembly where you need to have 3 switched in aces but keep the ace of spades for right there. So in that case, what you want to do is have the ace of spades on top of the packet, or at the rear in this case, not on the face. You won't have it on top, all right? So get a break under 3 cards because you'll be switching these 3 cards for these 3 aces, all right? So you have your break under 3 cards, do the wiggle move so you have a square, all right? Do the move, switch them out. They believe these are those 3 aces, and then say keep the ace of spades right here, which now you have 3 indifferent cards, and then 3 aces at your disposal on top of the deck. Now it can also obviously be used as sort of a magic thing where you just want to change cards into other cards. In this case, we'll change the kings into aces. And the good thing about this, since you don't have to worry about other cards, is that you don't have to get a break precisely under 4 cards at all. You can just do a pinky pull down like this, not even counting cards, all right? Just to where you feel like you have 4 cards or more is fine, all right? So you don't have to be so precise about it. Just pull down the side of the deck like this with your pinky to where you feel like there's 4 or more cards under your break, all right? Or above your break, all right? So as soon as you feel like you have that, do the move, right? And then you have your change. So the cool thing also about not having to worry about other cards getting a break under precisely the amount of cards you need to get is the fact that you can do a double change if you'd like to, all right? So in this case, we'll do a 4-king good trick, 4-king good trick, all right? So what we'll do is we'll have the 4 4s, the 4 kings, and the 4 aces, all right? So you want to stack them up like this, so the aces are on the bottom of the packet, kings are in the middle, and the 4s are on top. And then you start out like that, all cards are on top, just like this, and you're ready to go. So to start out, you don't have to hold any breaks, all right? So you start out like this. You shove over 4 cards, show them as the 4s. Now as you're doing this wiggle move to get into the square, you just show them the back like this also. Now at this point, what you want to do is dig your pinky into the deck to where you feel like it's under at least 8 cards, all right? The kings and the aces in this case, all right? So you do that, and I can see it's under a 2, so I'm good, but don't check like this, obviously. You just want to get to where you can do it by feel to where it feels like your pinky is at least under 8 cards, all right? So you do this, you do the move, and then the first change is that the 4s turn into the kings. So as you're showing the kings, you get set to do it again with the no break feature, right? So you're showing the kings front and back, and as you're doing that, you're just digging your pinky in there again, this time getting a break under at least 4 cards this time, all right? So it's not as hard. So you're showing the kings, you do the move, so this time they change into the aces, and that is a 4-king good trick, if I do say so myself. Alright guys, so as always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I really hope, it's my goal, that you'll learn something new from this. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.